What is up everyone, it's me Dan here with my review for Arrow Season 6 Episode 13 entitled The Devil's Greatest Trick. Now I was very much looking forward to this episode because it is the last episode of Arrow we're going to be having for 3 weeks because I don't believe it comes back until March, very early March from what I remember because of the Winter Olympics. So this was going to be a big episode, it was going to end on something big and yeah, it ended on something big, to say the least. The premise of the episode is that Cayden James plans to detonate this thermobaric bomb that he's had. You know, this whole storyline that we've been building up to for quite a lot of this season. He plans to detonate the bomb at midnight, so Team Arrow has to try and get the proof that they have that the video of Oliver killing Cayden James' son, which was the catalyst for all of this, is fake. He did not kill his son. They have to try and convince him that the video has been manipulated by one of the criminal cabal. They do so, and then Cayden James tasks Team Arrow with finding the remaining members of the criminal cabal and rounding them up so that he can find out who was actually responsible for killing his son. I'm just going to say it right off the bat, this is the best episode of Arrow this season, easily. This was a great episode, I really did enjoy it, and yeah, there's a lot to talk about, especially with the positives, because this was just a really good episode, really good way. Honestly, it felt like something I would expect at the very end of a season, not like halfway through, so I was blown away on that part. But yeah, let's just get into the positives that I had for this episode. The first one I have is Black Siren. I thought Black Siren was awesome in this episode, easily her best episode ever in the Arrowverse, in my opinion. Kate Cassidy was great in this episode, and I just loved how she kept on, you know, twisting, you know, Dinah mentally. It was awesome to see. You know, in a way, they kind of actually made you like Black Siren more because of how much of a dick Dinah was in this episode, just in her mental thinking. And I just really liked Black Siren. I thought she was great. Just her mannerisms, her attitude, and how they explored her personality and, you know, her mental state. I loved the scene in particular where she tells Quentin that she enjoys killing and that she enjoyed killing Vince, which we obviously all knew was a lie. She was saying that just to try and make herself sound, you know, bigger than she is. And then Cayden James just puts her down on this in front of everyone when she tries to, you know, claim that she killed his son. And then Cayden James is just there like, no, you didn't do it, you're lying. He even points out that he saw her hesitate towards killing Vigilante, which I thought was really cool. And that definitely has pretty much confirmed we are going to be getting that redemption arc this season, especially since Quentin heard that as well. He heard that she hesitated in killing Vigilante. And obviously after a fight that she had with Black Canary, she got shot and then Quentin took her in. And now he's looking after her. So I'm interested to see whether that means that, you know, there's going to be a bit more of a rivalry between Quentin and Dinah because of the fact that, you know, he's pretty much sided with Black Siren. And that's going to be interesting to see. And on a side note, Paul Blackthorne was great in this episode as well, like he always is. I thought he was great as Quentin, and he did a good job this episode as well. Cayden James was actually good this episode. This is the first time that I haven't disliked Cayden James in an episode of Arrow, which is crazy because everyone knows that I don't like him. Everyone knows that I've not been a big fan of him as a villain, but this episode he actually wasn't that bad. I thought the flashbacks with him were very good. They help flesh out his personality a lot more, and you get a better understanding of what he's doing. And I just liked how they explored a bit of humanity. Like, that was my problem with Cayden James. I felt there was very little in the way of humanity because they tried to portray that with his character, but it felt very half-hearted in terms of the attempts of it. So I liked that they tried to do it in this episode. They helped add more to his character, and I thought he was actually quite good. Another thing I really appreciated about this episode was just the sense of tension and the stakes that were at risk in this episode. In terms of that aspect, it's the best that we've seen since Season 5. It's really, really good. I was genuinely on edge throughout a lot of this episode because it felt like I was watching a penultimate episode to a season or even a finale because of how much happened. And it was just so good to see Arrow for once have these stakes that actually meant something. And I thought it was really, really good. Very, very much well done. You know, the whole, you know, stakes of, you know, is the bomb going to go off? Is it not? Who's going to die? Who's, you know, at risk of being killed off? I thought that was really good, and I really enjoyed that sense of tension in the episode. I thought Williams' actor was good as well. I can't remember his name. I think it might be Jack Moore or Jake Moore. Can't remember exactly, but I thought he was good in this episode. I did have one small issue with his character in the episode, but as far as the actor goes, I think he's improved a lot since his first appearance. in season 6, and I feel like he's just become a lot better as an actor, and I thought he was really good in this episode, especially some of the scenes he had with Oliver when he was at the roundup of the criminal cabal. I thought he was very, very good. Him and Stephen Amell were very good together in their scenes, and I did enjoy him in this episode. And I've got to talk about the last moment of the episode. Ricardo Diaz kills Cayden James. He is the main villain now of this season. We find out that he was the one who faked that video of Green Arrow killing Cayden James' son, which we all kind of expected. But yeah, it was just awesome to see, because we all wanted him to be the main villain of this season. And we finally got it. We have finally got it. And just the scene in itself was amazing. I thought Kirk Acevedo was great. Michael Emerson was great in that scene as well. And it was just so good seeing him sit there, and this guy who has not really said a whole lot this whole season just be such a commanding presence and just destroy Cayden James, man. It was so good, such a good scene. I'm really interested to see where they go with Ricardo Diaz, because Kirk Acevedo is a great actor. He's been in a lot of great stuff, so I'm really hoping now that they can give him his character, the substance and the writing to make him a great villain. I think he has the potential to be like a Prometheus level villain if they write him correctly in these next 10 episodes, because I'm very interested to see where they go with him as a villain. I'm really interested to see where they do with him. Now, there was one negative that I had with the episode, and it was literally the only flaw that detracted from my enjoyment of the episode, and that was the whole Dinah storyline of her wanting to kill Black Siren. And there was no real moral high ground that she was on. Like, as the episode went on, you just began to side with her less and less on the situation, because she was, like, willing to let the whole city get destroyed just so she could kill Black Siren at one point. Like, it was just mental. It was poor writing, in my opinion. I've never been the biggest fan of Dinah Drake, to be perfectly honest. I feel like she's written very poorly at times. And I'm just worried that this whole storyline of her wanting revenge against Black Siren is just going to get really repetitive and boring, because it seems like it's going to be the case. It looks like that the storyline will be carrying on next episode. So, I don't know. I'll give it a chance, but at the moment, I'm not impressed by it, because it's really just detracting from Dinah as a character. It's not affecting Black Siren as much. In fact, not at all, really, because I still really enjoy her as a character, and I think she's far better than Dinah Drake. But Dinah, yeah, I just didn't like her in this episode. I just found her very annoying. And just her whole mentality about wanting to kill Black Siren at times was just so stupid. And at the end of the episode, when she's like, oh, she's the one who killed Cayden James' son. And I'm just there like, Cayden clearly pointed out that she couldn't have done it, because he knows what she's like. And she's just there still convinced that it was her. It's so annoying. It's so dumb and annoying. It was easily my least favourite part of the episode, without a shadow of a doubt. I did have some extra nitpicks with the episode as well. Some of William's moments felt stupid, especially how easily he got out of the arrow cave. That felt very strange to me. Some of Cayden James's moments felt a bit boring and flat at times. The biggest culprit of this was the flashback where he finds out that his son is dead. I thought that was a little bit weird how that was done. Didn't really make a lot of sense. Just the way it was filmed, and just how much of a rushed scene it felt. I was very disappointed with that. And Katie Cassidy's stunt double, I don't know if they got a new one for this season or not, but that wig that she was wearing, it was so obvious that it wasn't Katie Cassidy. It was more noticeable in the first fight between Black Siren and Black Canary, not so much the second one. But yeah, you could tell that it was a stunt double, and it was a bit disappointing. Because Kate Cassidy can do her own stunts, and just the fact that the stunt double was so obvious in that scene was a little bit of a nuisance to me. Overall, I loved this episode. I thought this was a great episode of Arrow. The best episode of Arrow this season. Probably one of the best episodes of DC TV this year in terms of like the current seasons. I just thought it was really, really good. I really did enjoy this episode. It's got me excited for Season 6, and I'm just really excited to see where they go with these final 10 episodes and where they take the season, what they do with Richard Dragon / Ricardo Diaz, what they do with Black Siren. I'm just really interested by it. So overall, I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. I really did like this episode. I thought it was really, really good. The best episode of this season easily, in my opinion, and really, really did enjoy it. So let me know in the comment section down below, guys. What did you think of this episode? Do you agree with me that it is the best episode of Arrow this season? Or do you have another episode that you enjoyed more? I know some people have said that they preferred the Deathstroke two-parter. That's still their favourite episodes. But for me personally, I just enjoyed this episode a little bit more. I think it just goes above those two, but it was a great episode nevertheless. So let me know all about that in the comment section down below. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching the video. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you again next time.